Hey, what's up, y'all? It's been a hot minute. I've basically posted anything to the channel. I think I did do some guitar stuff, maybe a couple weeks back. I've been working, the whole thing with Ozzy happened. Definitely had to do my tribute. He was a big legend and a big influence. A lot of his music, growing up and going through life and all that. So I think I did a Bark at the Moon solo. It took me a little bit too to finally nail down, but yeah, hell yeah, it feels, it was good to finally be able to put that out there. But other than that, also want to throw a quick shout out to, I noticed I reached 100 subscribers recently, or within the past couple months, and definitely thank y'all out there for supporting, showing that support, giving me that little bit of motivation to keep this thing going. I'm sure we all have those days, right? But there's definitely been those days where it's like, man, do I even want to keep, posting, doing this? The Pokemon market's been a little too crazy to even make the hobby, for the hobby to even be like kind of fun right now. At least on the collector side of things. I can't speak too much to the people out there still playing the tournaments and stuff like that. I'm sure they have a way of doing things that enables them to at least still get a hold of product and stuff. For me, it's kind of been too much to even want to deal with. Again, as a collector, I'm not going to be lining up at the stores fighting people for for a couple of boxes worth of stuff, and the times I do show up to just to casually check a store or whatever, everything's usually gone. So it is what it is. I know the market has its trends and all that, but hopefully things will chill out. So anyways, yeah, that's basically what's all been happening in life, things to do. And then times can always get a little like demotivating, I guess, sometimes. What's been going on in the world. I won't even touch on politics and all that, but it is what it is. And I know perspective is a big deal, and keeping a positive mindset, and appreciating what we do have, and realizing that the days we have are, we're blessed. Live life as best as you can, doing as well as you can. Anyways, keep you all updated on what else I've been up to. Over the past few months, I decided to become, follow a little bit of what I preach, when it comes to wealth building and all that. One of the many options you can go about, or can take to go about, your wealth building journey, is start a side hustle, right? And start something up. It doesn't matter what it is. If you got an idea and you think it might sell, might do something, just go with it, right? You never know. If the worst that can happen is it doesn't work out, but at least you came away learning something from it. Hopefully you come away learning something from it. And when that goes back to perspective, right? It's the way you view failures it's more of a learning opportunity than it is just a reason to just go to quit. To that point, I decided Pokemon's a thing, right? It's something I'm into as a collector. Feel like it's a pretty big brand, and for the longest minute, I'd been thinking about how I can get a vending machine to sell Pokemon cards, and then just happened. Well, how the internet is, and the AIs or whatever. You start thinking about something, you hadn't even talked about it with people, and all of a sudden there it is on your timeline or scrolling up on your feeds or whatever. And sure enough, there's a company based out of Canada, Magic Chest, that's trying to expand. So, doing not only with vending machines, but they have a physical store up in Canada. It's a mall, selling all sorts of, not just Pokemon stuff, but like Sanrio, Hello Kitty, other Japanese type products that are popular. Very promising company. And again, they were putting an ad out there looking for operators that might want to host some of their vending machines, selling different types of cards, Pokemon being the main one. To put a lot of thought into it. I felt like exactly what I had already been thinking about it. Happened to just feel like the perfect opportunity to jump on. I did think it over, talked it over with the wife. Feel like looked over the numbers. At some point I reached out, had to set up a little meeting with them, with some of their sales support team. Very nice people. They gave me some of the details about how to get involved with, or what the costs would be like, and how they operate and stuff like that. I mean, it all seemed well and good. So I said, well, again, what could be the worst thing that can happen, right? It doesn't work out, but at least I came away with a learning experience. And about, I want to say 6 or 7 months into this now. It was a big process to get all started. It came things like starting an LLC, getting an agent, a registered agent, going through the whole process of just starting a business or side business, even if it's something as hands off as vending machine. You got to make sure you're trying to do everything the right way. You have a sales and tax permit, things I had no idea about, so I'm kind of learning my way through. But it's definitely good information to figure out and to learn. And because it's if this doesn't work out, I at least have some of the foundation already set for other endeavors, right? Just other opportunities that might come up. It'd be a lot easier to jump into because I've already set that foundation, started an LLC and all that. Definitely a learning experience. There's a lot of upfront work to get things going. It took a while for the machines to finally, get built, shipped. Came all the way from China in a time where tariffs and all this other stuff's going on. So it did take some time for me to just finally even get the machines. But it did allow me the time, get the paperwork I needed going. There is things to consider like insurance and tracking devices for these vending machines, because you never know. You want to go into things with a positive mindset, but anything could always happen, right? So it's best to be cautious, or try to cover your grounds. You can never anticipate everything, but it's good to be try to do as much as you can to mitigate and little hiccups along the way, right? But so far, I do want to say it's been a journey. It's been a process, more a learning experience than anything. I have finally got one machine out at a location. A good friend of mine, old coworker, is now running a PC electronics shop. Allowed me to was interested in actually letting me set up a machine there at his location. Put up a picture of the machine there for you. And so far, given it's kind of a different shop or a different type of shop. It's not, like an anime cafe or anything, or a gaming place. It's like a computer electronics place that my homie runs. It sells really, nice budget stuff at a good deal, or not just budget, but gaming machines, and he can build stuff for you if you're not confident in that area, but you want a game or things like that. Yeah, I would say it's been out about 2 months now. I've made about a whopping $6 in sales, but hey, I'm happy that I've even got that. I've had a chance to interact with one of the customers. They had a little hiccup with the machine, but I was able to make the situation right. The customer was very cool about the whole thing. I was happy to just get the cards. I don't know. I feel I'm optimistic still. Like you said, it's a little early. I'm still I have another machine I'm trying to find a location for. It's a little tricky just finding time to do a lot of things. Like I said, full-time job, family, got a baby on the way now. Already, if you know anything about my channel, I have a lot of hobbies, so just finding time to juggle everything, it does take time, right? But all good things take time, and persistence is the key. So I'm keeping that positive mind frame. I've had a chance to also interact with our other operators with this company. We're all kind of new, dipping our toes, but positive mindset is the thing to keep. That's probably the message I want to throw out there. Again, it's probably been about 6-7 months now. Not a whole lot of money's been made, but hey, again, I've learned a lot already. I think there's definitely a lot of opportunity in this, seeing as wild as the scene is. I did not even know this before getting into this. Pokemon is apparently the #1 brand out there right now, not just in the US, but in the world. Bigger than Disney, bigger than Star Wars, bigger than Nintendo. Even though Nintendo, I guess, owns Pokemon or has some part ownership with it. It's wild, for that to be the biggest brand out there. Makes sense. Again, well, it doesn't make sense. The level of craziness it's at, that you got to be showing up when they're stocking the stores to get anything at MSRP. But I'll digress from that, because that's a whole other topic we can get into if you want to get into the whole scalper and flipper scene going on in the industry right now. Definitely have a mixed opinion on all that, but again, I'll leave that alone. And I'm here to talk about just growing a side business, a vending machine business. To me, it definitely, the location I feel like definitely is a big deal. If you can find a good location, I'm definitely been doing. The company has helped do some research about locations in my area that might be good potential spots. I've reached out to a few. Cold calling is a hard thing. I am not a salesman. I'm not, or a salesperson, however you want to say it. I'm not very good at that. It's never been my strong suit. I'm a very take it or leave it type of person. If you're not interested, then you're not interested. I'll try a little bit, but I feel in my heart too, like there are people that you don't gotta say much to. You just show them, hey, like this is what I'm trying to do. Nice to meet you. And they're already like jumping. It's just a bit of a chemistry thing for me. So I'm working my way to it, and I have be a little bit of confidence, the positive mindset that something will come along. I'll find something, and it just takes time, and things will start booming. And the goal is, hey, this gets good enough to where I can, it can afford to buy more machines and expand out more, and just keep some side flow coming in, and then expand for more opportunities to do other things. And what's the worst that could happen, right? It's all about that mindset and just wanting to do more and finding ways to find your own freedom, right? That's definitely something I'll preach. Just touching on different topics there, I guess, right? Finances, not just finances, but your mental wealth, your physical wealth, as far as, trying to stay active, stay a little bit healthy, because life is the one thing we got, like that we take with us, and it can be cut short. It can, or we can live it as long as we can. Anything can happen, but while you're here, it's try to make the best of it, right? Anyways, y'all, I just want to thank you for your time, and so I really had to say, best of luck for all y'all out there trying to make your own journey, whether it be just trying to find a better path, trying to get away from something darker, or just trying to find new opportunities, trying to find something different. A lot of us, and again, there's a lot of different things going on in the world right now. Some of us may be very demotivated. No, you're not the only one out there, but it's all really how you keep your head up, or about keeping your head up and trying to keep that mindset positive, and knowing, hey, like, as long as you focus on you and trying to do what you can to make yourself better and give back and help others, do good in where you can, and make a difference where you can, and try not to worry about the noise, try not to focus on that, block it out as much as you can, get away from the things that are just draining you mentally, physically, as much as you can. I know not everything's easily doable, right? But it all starts with baby steps, as that first little step, and consistency. Just stay on your path and don't stop. Enjoy the path while you're on it, but don't ever lose sight of the end goal. Thank y'all. I'll leave y'all with that, and y'all have a good one. Take it easy.